statement doesn't go well with me. If Mr. Weir is a boy, then I think he's a good boy because Joseph Boyka, former Vice President Boyka, dropped in his heart, he collapsed. Almost died. It is that boy, because George Weir, who ran there, pick him up, charter a plane to fly him abroad for open heart surgery that made him to live today with pacemaker battery. He's a battery total right now. So the battery is controlled by the white man who gave it in a medical center where he was flown to. So maybe he's not well to speak the way he's speaking. He's not well. He's using battery. It's not normal. A man who is using battery and a man who has a natural eye, compare the two. So Joseph Boyka, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He said, so maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boyka, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He said, so maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boyka, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He said, so maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. How many million people voted that boy? So many millions. Look at this boy and elected him. Maybe you call George Weir boy because of the age, because Joseph Boyka is over 70 and this boy is about 50 something. So when you say boy, well, that's it. But boy in the sense of immaturity, no. George Weir is mature. He's mature. That's why he told Joseph Boyka on the ground where he collapsed here, bro, for medical checkup, for medical heart surgery. That's what made him to live today. I think Joseph Boyka, in conclusion, should be very grateful to that boy who flew in out of the country for open heart surgery that make him to live today. But the way Joseph Boyka speaks, the way he acts, he is one of the 9 ungrateful lepers. The fact is, you could have known you, but he did not. He saved this old man. But what the old man is returning is ungratefulness. Call this president boy. You call the whole Liberian president boy, then you old man, you told him battery around here. But I cannot look at a battery man and elect you because any minute you could collapse. But you always say you want to be president and you know your record. You're on the time bomb, on the borderline.
Just sitting and laughing and reading the comment section. John Baloo said, the reason why he's in this is to save the state. Save Liberia. But Senator Baloo was senator when in his country, 5 wonderful Liberians gruesomely murdered. Their bodies were mutilated. He didn't say anything. A colleague who was then a senator, whose name is enshrined in the TRC report, whose testimony you can find everywhere, that allegedly carried out a massacre on the Kavala River, became a senator from in jail. He came from jail. That case died in Maryland. Senator Baloo was senator. Senator Baloo was senator when Keith Juba was killed. Senator Baloo was senator when the Fuller man was beheaded in River G. Senator Baloo was senator when the 17 young men were killed between Lower Magidi and Grand Bassa County. Senator Baloo was senator when one of the people who funding all of his effort was giving Intergenet Hosmer money and squash car to love it for him to move on traveling ban and access free. But today, he say he wants to save the country. Senator Baloo was senator when from London.
This is a two-faced issue.
This is a critical issue in this country, and we must stand up and speak the truth. Because for you to use the fact that prior to printing, it means you already tell me print. But before you print, come up to me. There is nothing in that paragraph that indicated that money should be printed.
The essence of this exercise, the essence of this exercise is to know the facts. Everybody will have the opportunity to ask questions if you so desire.
So it says the Biko said, so like you, Senator Balu then got Biko and money.
Balu la Brian the senator.
If you try to say this, like you again, you know, sometimes some people sit on a particular platform, and this is the reason why the argument is going to get deep this few times. Because no, there's some.
I don't think I can do this. It's against my faith.
Not doing anything. We just being zero.
I don't believe it. I can't.
A criminal because he lies. Okay, the house government is a thief. It's a thief. I'm telling you, it's a thief. Anybody who lie on what he told, he had checked here. We published what checks before. He denied signature on those checks before 2020 campaign. He's a common criminal. I'm saying that to you. He's a common criminal. There's the budget he voted for. He's a criminal because he lied at $3.6 million is not in the budget. He can't take me anywhere. I defy him. That's a criminal. No, I'm not angry. I'm being forceful. I'm being intellectual. I'm providing facts. No, I said something I didn't mention him, so they don't know the medicine. He has no integrity in life or integrity. He's in the crisis of integrity. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. He's not only fake, he's drowning in the crisis of integrity. I say he's a criminal, he's a thief. To take a $45,000 car in the budget to vote for it, not just to vote for it. And you then inform the people because no, I'm not angry. I'm being forceful. I'm being intellectual. I'm providing facts. No, I said something I didn't mention him, so they don't know the medicine. He has no integrity in life or integrity. He's in the crisis of integrity. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. He's not only fake, he's drowning in the crisis of integrity. I say he's a criminal, he's a thief. To take a $45,000 car in the budget to vote for it, not just to vote for it. And you then inform the people because say everything you will inform the people is on record for that. And he didn't say anything about it. Okay, the pastor he vote, but why he didn't say it? Why he didn't say he voted for it? The records are there, Lord. Gentlemen. Senator Delon should be treated as a common criminal for lying to the public that there's no $3.6 million in the budget. Okay, and they said they didn't want it. Where the place? There's $3.6 million. Yeah, the money, yeah. The thing is in the budget. There's the final budget. So like they don't tell you when they took it all, they said where they put it. Bad in facts. No, I said something I didn't mention him, so they don't know the medicine. He has no integrity in life or integrity. He's in the crisis of integrity. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. He's not only fake, he's drowning in the crisis of integrity. I say he's a criminal, he's a thief. To take a $45,000 car in the budget to vote for it, not just to vote for it. And you then inform the people because say everything you will inform people is on record for that. And he didn't say anything about it. Okay, the pastor he vote, but why he didn't say it? Why he didn't say he voted for it? The records are there, Lord. Gentlemen. Senator Delon should be treated as a common criminal for lying to the public that there's no $3.6 million in the budget. Okay, and they said they didn't want it. Where the place? There's $3.6 million. Yeah, the money, yeah. The thing is in the budget. There's the final budget. So like they don't tell you when they took it all, they said where they put it. I beg you, one question is when they took it up, can you show us where you put your share? That's the question. If they answer that question, come back to me.
We now go over to Robert Tier of the Unity Party.
Yeah, everything I do, we must first tell the thing to the people.
That's what I'm
saying. We've been doing that with people, cleaning the champagne in our very community. So, in social science, said, we go to people and ask them what they name. And so you pointing them to say, I name this. But if you don't ask your people, what do you carry to them? So before I ask them what they name and what they name, we take them to them.
Your three major priorities.
Right now, if you look at I'm a teacher in profession.
You teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. The second thing is that we want the boroughs autonomous.
Boroughs what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
Go ahead.
And we look at some.
There's $3.6 million. Yeah, the money, yeah. The thing is in the budget. There's the final budget. So like they don't tell you when they took it all, they said where they put it. I beg you, one question is when they took it up, can you show us where you put your share? That's the question. If they answer that question, come back to me.
We now go over to Robert Tier of the Unity Party.
Yeah, everything I do, we must first tell the thing to the people.
That's what I'm saying.
We've been doing that with people, cleaning the champagne in our very community. So, in social science, said, we go to people and ask them what they name. And so you pointing them to say, I name this. But if you don't ask your people, what do you carry to them? So before I ask them what they name and what they name, we take them to them.
Your three major priorities.
Right now, if you look at I'm a teacher in profession.
You teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. The second thing is that we want the boroughs autonomous.
The boroughs what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
Go ahead.
And we look at some of the things we have to consider because we talk about autonomous, that means you have a lot of facility, a lot of things that you should do in the borough. And if you are autonomous and you have other things to do, and if you look at the good time, many young people are graduated from college in the district. Right now, the first thing we
Balu la Brian the senator.
If you try to say this, like you again, You know, sometimes some people sit on a particular platform, and this is the reason.
Look at I'm a teacher in profession.
You teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. The second thing is that we want the borough's autonomous.
The Boris what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
Go ahead.
And we look at some of the things we want to consider because we talk about autonomous. That means you have a lot of facility, a lot of things that you do in the borough, and if you are autonomous and you have other things to do, and if you look at the good time, many young people are graduated from college also in the district. Right now, the first thing we embarked was to have a reconciliation regional meeting all of the communities.
So Tia, at what level were you teaching? Was it elementary, junior high, or senior high?
So we're taking elementary divisions.
Oh, okay.
Elementary division. And we're credible, we are more accessible, and we're development oriented. So hello, Robert B. here. Robert B. here is a librarian. After our graduation from the elementary school, we keep the Murray Road to attend the junior high school, the Pasadena Junior High School, and from there we went to Central High and we graduated 1998. I'm a teacher in profession. Robert here is one of the daughter's son. Robert here is one of the daughter's son. Robert here is
Good afternoon, good afternoon. Good morning, good evening. What a pleasant way to welcome you to the Monday's edition of the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. My name is Kyle Oliver Kine. Alexa Vanja Colley is also pretty seated. Jointly, we run up to 6 o'clock today, bringing you all of the issues making the news in Liberia and the rest of our one planet. Too many things happening across the globe. A lot of issues happening from the regional perspective with Mali, Niger, like Guinea, and other places having some issues with the military. In the Republic of Liberia, we're going to the 2023 general and presidential elections. When Mr. George Manawer, the Liberian president, will be opting for his second term of the presidency, being heavily engaged by the former vice president of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Yoma Boakai. Oh yes, a former corporate manager, Cummins Alexander, is equally sitting as spot number 3 with a Liberian councillor, the Honorable Councillor Tewon Gonglo, sitting as spot number 4. Those are the 4 runners of the presidential election, as Liberians will be deciding in October. Too many things to talk about. To discuss the presidential re-election bid of the president and other issues relative to the campaign process of the Coalition for Democratic Change, we have with us in studio the Honorable Councillor Kanyo Babala. Kanyo will join us in split seconds to tell us more about the campaign of the CDC. What do they bring to the table at about this moment? Why should Liberians give the CDC the second chance? Should the people of Liberia entrust this country unto the care of the CDC? Those are questions he's going to be providing answers to on this platform. Alexa and I will quiz the spokesperson of the national campaign team for the rest of the duration of this platform. My name is Kai. We take a few bars on this theme song. We have words from our sponsor. And when we return, it is going to be a power pack conversation with the campaign spokesperson. Yes, I mean it. He is the spokesperson of the campaign. Whatever he says, it's absolutely the position of the CDC campaign. So trust me, it's going to be a wonderful conversation.
about music. There are crowds in many places, in every community, you know. You can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Well, it can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, I mean you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see a donkey pay, I'm a part to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them.
You see it? Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Sam Sion.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Alexa, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Oliver, and I would like to say good day to all of you out there. However, where you're joining us, we'd like to say welcome to Freedom Hub, the biggest thing to happen to Liberia at about this time. As you all know, we're already in the electioneering periods, and then you have campaign with a lot of gripping, scenes all around the country. So today we'll definitely be talking about a lot of the different issues, and we have someone from the Coalition for Democratic Change. We have a lot to talk about. So it's actually great being back on the radio after a couple of days, been away. It's actually good being back. But I mean, whenever the break is necessary, we'll definitely take them.
And we might go back to that break if
I actually hope not.
If the technical issue is unresolved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
welcome.
So we go over to Studio B. We go over to Studio B where the national campaign spokesperson is pretty seated. Councillor Kanyo Babala, it is our honor to welcome you to Freedom Radio Liberia, Freedom Hub. This should be your debut on Freedom Hub.
That's
good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Oliver, and good afternoon, Alexa. Good afternoon to the people of Liberia, to those who follow His Excellency Dr. George Manenwia. Good afternoon to Sidicians, to Manenshans, to Bakubais, to Wiais, the daughters of Wia, the Bakus for Wia.
You mentioned the string.
The executive girls for Wia, the jewels for Wia, the old men for Wia, and many others who
young girls for Wia.
Yes. The president has done a lot for young people in this country. Remember, he paid waxy fees for almost 6 years. What do you expect? The president is, in our estimation, the only political leader who has directly touched the lives of young people.
No, I was only asking you. You mentioned old people for Wia. So I was thinking whether you have young girls for Wia as well.
We have the jewels for Wia, the daughters of Wia.
Okay.
And many others that are out there. I don't even want to start with the ones that are led by leaders that the president has created.
Okay.
They are the friends of Inabondo for Wia re-election.
Okay.
The friends of
Kanyo
Bagbara for Wia re-election.
Where are they?
They're based in 3 counties as we speak.
Okay.
In Grand Jeddah County, in District 3 of Montserrado County.
They're based there on the paper or in actuality?
I mean, these are human beings who follow us and support us and support the president by extension.
Okay.
And then on Wednesday, they'll be waiting to welcome the president to district number 3.
Okay. So don't jump the gun. We're going to go there.
Yes.
Campaign has started. You're the official spokesperson of the CDC's campaign. There should be a very, very, huge tax. How is it? How is it so far?
This is what I would say. Someone once said that find a job you love and you don't have to work a day in your life.
You love being spokesperson?
I love working for President Wia.
Okay.
In whatever capacity.
Okay.
I love telling the story of how President Wia assumed leadership in this country close to 6 years ago and has dramatically changed the fortunes of this country. I like to be the one leading the charge of telling the Liberian success story under President Weah. And so, therefore, yes, there are challenges. It's a Herculean task, but I love doing so. And therefore, it is manageable. And it has been a good run so far. And people like you make the work easy, because the work you do in terms of giving access and platform to people like us to communicate with the vast majority of Liberians helps us to give them solid messages about development in our country. So that's what I would say about the task so far.
Okay, so campaign has started. Where are we? Today is the 14th date of August. Where are we with the national campaign?
I think that we are off about the Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change, the We Are Taylor 2023 Campaign Committee. I think we are off to a roaring start, a beautiful start of the campaign.
A beautiful start, you say?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I think if you look around since the start of campaign, we are the only political institution that has been consistently engaging the people of Liberia.
Okay.
Not with promises, but on our deliverables, on the president's record. We are the only political party that has made it our business to go and see our people, interact with the people.
Okay.
President Weah has been doing that consistently since the start of the campaign. And therefore, I say we are off to a very solid start.
Okay, you've done some districts. I saw the campaign team, start the process from district number 8. Today, you are in district number 4. In terms of the reception, what do you see, from the people of the country? Because I just saw a release from the EPS. In district number 8, there were incidents where folks were kind of booing at the president. They were not so good. EPS had to issue a statement warning people who would do those things, especially those who want to get violent. What are the people saying? How are they receiving the president?
I think those things are routine law and order issues that are happening in every society. I don't think they mar in any way, shape, form, or manner the massive reception that the president has received from many thousands of Liberians since he started visiting the districts. As you know, the president and the presidency is a serious office. And EPS officers who are apolitical have a responsibility to protect the president in that office.
Which is correct.
At times, we don't see that as ordinary people. We think it's an extension of the president. Left with the president, he wouldn't even travel with EPS. The president can walk into any community in the Republic of Liberia, he'll be well received.
So my take is, Mr. Spokesperson, is that the president is visiting one of the districts in Montserrado, and there are reports of people not satisfied. They're saying stuff, to him while he's on the trail. Now, what is it from your angle as a campaign management team? Are you guys concerned about it? I mean, are you guys concerned over the fact that in Montserrado County, a place where the president has won over the period, he's making tours and he's receiving pockets of criticism to the extent people will get brave to boo at the president? Are you guys concerned?
Well, I like the word you use, and I will piggyback off that word, which I believe gives further explication to the fact that this is a very, very popular president. You said pockets, right? Pockets signify that there will always be a handful of people everywhere who seek to create criticism whatsoever what you made. But a pocket signifies that this is not the vast majority of the people speaking. And as I've observed, everywhere I've gone on this campaign trail thus far with the president, I've seen massive support from the grassroots. People happy to see him, because every community he's went to, there are things he can point to that has affected the lives of the people there and have changed their lives. So we see genuine support. Those pockets you talk about are merely pockets. And they don't represent the majority.
They don't represent the majority. Now, we're concerned about the status of your campaign. How organized is the campaign? Are you in good tidings with the political party that is the mother institution of this identical regime? Because we're concerned about some rift. There are rumors, there information coming in that you're running a separate train. The party is also running a separate train. What is it from the angle of the campaign team? Do you have the full support of the party?
Well, one thing I stay away from, and I will judiciously stay away from in my role as national campaign spokesperson, for the re-election ever of President Weah. It's the whole idea of rumor mongering.
Okay.
We will give official information. We will not deal in rumors.
Okay.
I'll call your attention to the launch of the campaign team. After the first announcement of the full campaign team, after that announcement was made, the campaign team, under the able leadership of Honorable Len Eugene Nangwe, convened the first mass meeting of the campaign team.
Okay.
In that meeting, the Secretary General of the Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change, in person of Honorable Jefferson Tamba Koigi, was in that meeting. And you may know that Honorable Koigi is also Secretary General of the campaign team.
Okay.
He was in that meeting. He made a number of statements that I'd like to put on the record, which illustrate to us and to everyone who listening on our voice that there's no rift within the process of re-electing this popular president. He said, number one, that there will be people who will seek to divide us.
Okay.
They will seek to exploit every opportunity. They tried it when we named Solonte as chair of the advisory council. They tried to create a needless confusion regarding the role that he played.
Okay.
And automatically, very quickly, the Lord Mayor of the city of Monrovia convened a conference at the CDC headquarters and dispelled such rumors. No, there's no rift within the
So
CDC.
everything is okay from the angle of both the campaign and the political
Well,
party.
I don't live in utopia, so I stay away from those kind of absolutisms like everything is okay. No, we don't say everything is okay. But as far as we can see, it is smooth sailing with the campaign for the president. We are very organized. Look, the other day people were raising issues. We are a party that have planned for these elections.
Okay.
Because we made sure that our record of development was impeccable before elections. We are not campaigning now. We are merely interacting with our people and reminding them of what we've done. We put together an exhaustive campaign schedule, which we submitted to the National Elections Commission, which we submitted weeks ago.
Okay.
As I said to you, I can tell you where the CDC will be in the next 6 days, which county we will be in, who we will be interacting with, and what will be unfolding. That's how organized we are. And therefore, people who want to find a way to create bottlenecks and build division, and all of that, they won't find solace within this campaign. It's not going to happen.
So I go back to exactly what you said. A lot of people think the campaign is not being managed as exactly it should be. And a lot of people also think the campaign team is reliant on the president's popularity. So at the end of the day, you have a lot of people just going this place and that place, and then you don't have a lot of PR being done by the campaign team. So what would you say to them?
Again, you see, absolutisms are not my strength. It's not my forte. A lot of people. Who are these people? A lot of people say there's division. Who are these people? What are their names?
Some of your
Where have they said these things?
Some of your political parties,
some of our political parties
members, they're definitely discussing these things.
Who are they?
So you should be able to address them. I mean, as a spokesperson of the campaign.
I am addressing them. It's just that I haven't heard those things. And
people also think you're turning a blind eye.
Pardon?
People also think you are turning a blind eye. I mean,
a blind eye
to all of these different speculations, as well.
Where
as
are
all
they
of
coming
these
from?
things.
Who's making these speculations?
People who support the president.
Who are these people?
Partisans who are within your political arrangement are concerned over how you're struggling to gather people to meet the president in the different places they've been doing it smoothly.
Who are these people?
Your partisans, some of your partisans.
Where are they making these statements?
And there's also comparison, going back to George Weah 2017 to George Weah 2023. People are comparing that George Weah today is not exactly George Weah 2017, where you had a lot of people gathered whenever you had the president to go to this place, and you don't need to be on the radio stations.
I think they are gravely mistaken.
Okay.
These are fundamental elections.
Okay.
And when we started this administration, one of the things we had to grapple with was wicked propaganda.
Okay.
That was there, weaponized against this president.
Okay.
Remember, I mean, some of you can play history here with me. When they came here and they said that people stole 16 billion and they put it on the president's head, they raised all those lies. These are experts in lies. And therefore, we will be on the radio stations. We'll be in every space.
Okay.
We'll correct all of the mistakes. We'll not allow misinformation or disinformation to flourish. Not during these campaigns. We will not allow that.
Okay.
So when people raise questions, they say, there are the issues. What are the issues? We are a living and evolving campaign.
Okay.
And when issues arise that are of a magnitude, we must solve them. We address them.
Okay.
But until at such point in time, look, people say the judge will do that. Look, they are gravely mistaken. And that's why the president will beat them.
Okay.
He will beat them massively. Not just in Monserrado County, but in all other counties, because the dynamics have substantially changed since
2018.
Okay.
There are
So-
things now. Look, George Weah, His Excellency Dr. George Weah, when he ran in 2017 for president, was elected.
Okay.
He was running on his personal political pedigree.
Okay.
Of the things he had done as an individual,
which is correct.
That's what he went on. This time around, he is running on his presidential political pedigree.
Okay.
As a leader, there are things he has done affected the lives of ordinary people in this country. You think the people don't know that? You think how they're going to vote? What's the record of the other side? For you to say, this George Weah is by far outstripping that George Weah, because he now has a record to stand on as president of this country, doing things that have never been done before since 1847.
So let's look at the campaign messaging. How are you communicating the president gains to the people? Recently, I was fortunate, to have passed through the Tottenham Boulevard area. We saw a couple of flyers, couple of billboards on display. Unfortunately, almost all of them have the pictures of the president. Now, aren't you concerned about marketing, the projects of the president? We don't see some of the projects your government was able to do. All we see photographs of the president all over the place, and Liberians cannot even see what the president has done.
My brother, they feel
what the president has done.
How are you
see,
messaging?
When people think that it's just about seeing,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Pictorials. And I'm not saying that we haven't deployed energy into infographics.
Okay.
I can share a lot of infographics with you. We will plaster Monrovia with infographics.
You said
They will see.
You said we will.
Yes, I said we will.
Campaign has started.
Yes, and we've started campaigning. We started putting stuff out there.
So when
So
do
there's
we
nothing
expect-
changed. Now, let's come to the point.
Mhm.
The point I'm trying to make.
Mhm.
These guys who are predominantly over-reliant on flyers to tell their story
Mhm.
are people who don't have a record that the people can feel.
Okay.
But the people in Dole community
Mhm.
don't need a flyer
They don't need
to
it.
know that that road was constructed by the president.
Okay.
They don't need a flyer
Mhm.
to know that the survival space that exists there, that sports park, was constructed by the president.
Okay.
Invisible Park does not need a flyer.
Mhm.
Thousands of Liberians congregate there every day,
Okay.
offering alternative forms of entertainment for young people in this country.
Mhm.
We don't need flyers to tell the president's story. The president's story is tangible. People see it and feel it every day in this country. When the president went to Barnardsville and was interacting with people in District 11 around there, you think they needed a flyer to know that the road now connects between there, goes to Johnsonville? Do they need a flyer for that? They live it every day. They travel, they fly that route every day. Pipeline Road.
Mhm.
Do they need a flyer for that too? To know that pipeline exists today, it is paved today because you have a developmental president? They don't need flyers. They need reality. The president has given them the reality of development, and they see it every day in this country.
Okay.
Do we need flyer for free tuition at UL again? Do we need flyer for waxing fee for the last 6 years? 20 million spent by this president. Flyer for 3,000 teacher placed on the payroll. Flyer for 14 military in Magibi. Flyer for Emirates in Bapolu. So we just create flyers. But people feel the impact of the president in real life.
Okay.
So
And while I hear you,
Mhm.
that flyers, for the folks who want to see flyers
Mhm.
and make that a basis for saying that they're
Mhm.
going to support the president. Yeah, we can do flyers.
So from your
But it's a
response,
reality.
it's like doing flyer would mean. Will definitely not mean anything stronger to your own approach. Now, the next argument to that would be, why are you having too many of the different flyers in Monrovia then? Because one could argue that everybody in the country
already knows the president.
already have a clear picture of how the president looks, exactly how he is. So why are you spending it?
We're doing this because
Mhm.
it is the period for campaign.
Okay.
I have said to people before
Mhm.
that
So you
the president,
prioritize displaying the pictures of the president, rather than the projects of the president.
The president projects are living. This president started campaigning when he was conducting his deliverables years ago.
Okay.
Right now, he is standing
So the
on
best,
his record.
the best publicity,
Okay.
the best publicity strategy, your campaign team, especially
just to have the picture of
the
the
publicity
president and
team,
vice
is to have
president.
the president's picture on display and forgetting about all of the achievements.
No, the best publicity
Mhm.
is the president has achieved.
Okay.
And we can talk about them because people can feel them.
Okay.
Before the election's over, we'll go back to PHP.
Mhm.
PHP is about to be unveiled.
Okay.
When those who now seek to unseat the president, claiming
Mhm.
they can do better,
Mhm.
when they were in power for 12 years,
Mhm.
they took money from Chevron. They said they were going to build some kind of park for the people down there. Where is that fact today?
Okay.
Today, go and see PHP when we unveil it. When the president unveiled it, before the campaign comes to a close, see what he has done there. You think the citizens of PHP don't know what this president has done and continues to do for them? You think that this flyer, look, people have plastered flyer all over this place, and people look at them and they laugh.
Okay.
I'm not saying, again, don't misquote me or misunderstand me. I'm not saying that graphic representations are bad.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
they're good. But we're saying our forte, the strength of this president, is not in pictorial representation.
Okay.
President, we have by his deliverable made the campaign so easy for us.
Okay.
There is a lot to communicate and talk about.
Okay.
And that's what we're doing.
So the country,
Okay,
and let's say it's going to come in,
Go ahead.
but the country is divided into, regional quarters. We have central northern Liberia, southeastern Liberia, and the western part of our country. Now, what are you going to be taking to the different regions, as a justification for why your president, your government, to be retained? Let's take, for example, western Liberia will have to do with Bapolu, Kipmount bombing. What do you tell the people in those places?
The minute you mention Bapolu, I'm immediately drawn to the MRS hospital.
Okay.
All right. Prior to the existence of that morning facility that President we have built there,
Okay.
which when he started his conversation about building there, people thought that it was impossible. People had to move most people to Redemption Hospital at the Nukutan area. Now we have the MRS hospital that caters to that whole region.
Is it functional?
Very functional. Very modern and functional hospital.
Okay.
We're not saying everything is like a bed of roses. No. Liberia has been a poor country since 1847. And most the 10th poorest country since its foundation. That is what President Weah has been addressing. Multi-dimensional poverty.
Okay.
Through pro-poor initiatives. That's what he's been doing by attacking questions of health, education, infrastructure.
Okay, so you mentioned the Emory Hospital in Bapolu.
Yes, we mentioned that.
Yeah, you still have two more counties.
We have a major concession there. Under the direction of Senator Snow, we have provided jobs through the Western Cluster that affects bombing and counties.
Okay.
How do you think how do our people earn their income? It's by having jobs. Through that particular arrangement, we renegotiated Western Cluster to create additional benefits to people in that region.
Okay.
Is it problem free? Not necessarily. But have we renegotiated? Same way we renegotiated Axolomita in Nimba and built the the Ganta to Sanikwele Road when it was there since 2013. So we've done substantially well for our people by providing employment in that county. Can it be improved? Of course it can be improved. And there are efforts to improve it. But are we doing nothing? Absolutely not. The president has done a lot in the Western region and they are waiting to receive him. And you will see the reception when we go to bombing.
Talking about the Western region, during the president's county tour, Mr. Bala, the president made a commitment to do the what is this corridor to Rabasport. There is a place, he was supposed to do a piece of road leading towards Rabasport, Medina to Rabasport. He made a commitment that piece of road would have been paved prior to elections. We got a clip, we could run for it to play it. How do you communicate with the people? What do you tell them now that the road is not paved? It is. I mean, there's no quota on it, like we say in Liberia. How do you communicate that to the people?
One of the things about President Weah is that he's a very honest man.
Okay.
And when he makes a commitment, he keeps his commitment.
Sure.
Same way he made a number of commitments and he's kept them. So if for any reason that road is unpaved today, it's not for a lack of commitment.
Okay.
It might be the question of competing needs. It's the same president who built MRS there, who renegotiated Western Cluster, gave jobs to the people. That's the same president we're talking about.
So how do you communicate? How do you communicate with folks?
I am communicating right now on behalf of this campaign. I am communicating.
There are folks there.
These people.
There are folks there who are thinking that the president, didn't live up to his commitment.
And then we say to them, no, that cannot be furthest from the truth because the president loves and believes in his people.
Okay.
And he will bring development to his people. He's been doing it since he took office, and he will continue to do that.
Okay.
That is the message we send to our people. And when he goes to Bomi County, there will be a reaffirmation of that commitment to the people there in Bomi County and other parts of the Western region.
Okay.
So we'll go back to showcasing what the president has done. And you clearly said, in other words, that what the president has done, just pictorials are not enough to, display what he has done, because these things are really physical, and then you have people to see them daily, you have people to experience them daily. So my question is, I guess this government has suffered bad propaganda for a couple of years, where there have always been some sort of bad impressions about our country out there. And now we're already in this period where you will have people to form different opinions. So as the spokesperson, what are your plans right now to extend exactly what the president has done to the different counties we have? Like now you're on Freedom, right? So do we have other folks who are in different counties propagating what the president has done, as well as talking about, the campaign of the different activities?
Thank you very much. That's an excellent question. Matter of fact, this campaign, I was just telling somebody, the CDC campaign team, in the words of the Lord Mayor of the city of Monrovia, my own brother Jefferson Tamakoji, he said, look, we'll continue to name this campaign team until October 8th. The CDC campaign team is the Republic of Liberia, because we are the masses. And the people know who care for them. Our campaign team is so diversified in such a way that every region, every county, there are specific responsibilities assigned.
Okay.
All right. So for those counties, you have people that are there. For NIMBA, you have oversight. For the regions, you have oversight. It's such a huge campaign team that's out there with different functions at different levels. I'm coordinating media, right? Most of rather it says a behemoth just by itself in terms of media engagement.
Okay.
Before I start to look at NIMBA, Margibi, and that team is unfolding as we speak into the different counties, because we've identified people and we're assigned responsibilities.
You want to say because you're on the radio, or these are real things
something
happening?
that is effective right now.
I will send you the last list of the campaign team. At the last counting of the campaign team, you know how many persons on the campaign team? Were around 700.
Okay.
On the campaign team. Imagine that. When they named the campaign team, they named 7 persons. 7 persons in the Republic of Liberia. That's the campaign team they need.
Okay.
I don't even know the other people have ever named a campaign team, if they will ever name a campaign team anytime soon. But we named 700 whopping persons on our team. Drawn from all levels. Market women on our campaign team. Paper riders on our campaign team. Motorcyclists on our campaign team.
Okay.
Every sector representing our campaign team. The entertainment industry. People like Takun J and others on our campaign team, because they believe in this president.
Okay.
People who might not even be on the campaign team, but by extension, KCW are voluntary campaigners for this president. We have people out there who genuinely believe in the aspirations of the president, and they're doing a fabulous job, and it will continue to be improved as we move along.
You told us about the western part of the country. Let's go to central northern Liberia. The president did not win Lofa County in 2017. Lofa County is still going to be, a place of contention in these processes. Nimba County is somewhere he got a lot of votes from in 2017. I don't know about what could happen in 2023. Bong County, where the vice president is from, of course. I mean, that's another situation. What are you taking to the people in central northern Liberia?
What have we taken to the people in central northern Liberia should be the question.
You tell me.
Now, what are we taking? When we go there, like I keep telling people, when the president goes out on the campaign trail, he's there to interact with his people.
Okay.
Unlike these other guys who are coming promising pie in the sky planes about what they're going to do to make Liberia the Paris of West Africa, and all those la pontification that we know will not happen.
Perhaps they have the strategies to do it.
To make Liberia out of Paris?
Oh, sure, maybe.
Well, we wait to see. I mean, if you tell me, say, that you can make Liberia out of Paris, and when I look at your record, your 40-year record of working in government at several levels, Minister of Agriculture, LPRC, President of the Senate, 12 years in the Senate, head of overseeing the disabled community, no legacy we can point to.
Okay.
When I look at you, you come from corporate America, you manage a big company, multi-million dollars, no history of contributing to education or other things, social welfare in our country.
You want to
that then now you want to tell me you have some kind of plan automatically
Maybe
to bring to this country and to change Liberians' lives?
So,
I don't understand it.
So let's go back to central northern Liberia.
Let's come back. Like I said, it's not what we are taking, it's what we have taken.
What have you taken?
Go to Lofa County. 40 years of experience against 5 years.
Okay.
Loss. 40 years of experience against a legacy that Honorable Thomas Fala is building in Foya Lofa County.
Okay.
40 years of experience against what Janga Kowo is doing in Lofa County. Jesse Kobwe is doing in Lofa County. Jefferson Tamakochi is doing in Lofa County.
Findabondo is doing Lofa County.
Okay.
Go to Foya today. I don't know if you've been. I don't know, Alexa, have you ever been there?
Of course.
Have you seen the state of the art town hall that been constructed in Foya? The pavement of the streets of Foya never happened since 1847. It happened under this government because, President, we are empowered. Honorable Fala, an ordinary man, that President, we are raised, made a representative.
We know he was a pen seller. We know all of that.
That's not what I'm making. I'm trying to make the point that President, we are a transformational leader.
Okay.
He's somebody who has created leaders. People like Thomas Fala, people like Jefferson Koji, Janga Kowo, and etc. They are doing great things in Lofa. We broke ground for the Lofa Road since 1847. Why did they do anything about it? We are building the Lofa Road as we speak. What have they done about it before? They had 12 years of power and 40 years of experience. What did they do to Lofa? So it's not about we have electrified.
Although you didn't
City, we provided light of one. Look, you say
although you didn't win, you didn't win.
I want to end this, but you say Lofa will be a contested territory, right?
Right.
That's what I
agree
think.
with you.
That's what I think.
But contested from whose perspective?
I mean, Georgia
they are going to be contesting Lofa. We have reclaimed Lofa as we speak. The sons of Lofa are the future of Lofa. Not the elders and people who had opportunity 40 years ago and did nothing for that county. Look at people who are leaders of the county today. What have they done for young people from the county and the opportunities they provided?
Okay.
Look, forget about the infrastructure. Let's go to the mentality and the spirituality of the people and rallying them. Look what the mayor did as a county to bring pride to Lofa County during the county meet. Building a cultural heritage, raising all of that.
Can't it mean part of the achievement too?
Of course. You know what it means to rally a regional psyche?
Okay.
You cannot bring development to any country when there's not unity of purpose. You must have that. And that's what the mayor did.
Okay.
How did he do it?
But he did that as an individual.
President, we are empowered him. Because President, we are
was he acting on the instruction of the government?
He is acting within the framework of national development of this government.
But
that's what he did.
That is his personal interaction with his people.
Because President, we are raising him as a leader, giving an opportunity to serve. Before a Koji will not be mayor of Monrovia.
Okay.
It will be impossible. I don't know how to call it. You know, back in the day, we used to do media challenge. I know it's an impossibility or what. Probability, all those kinds. It would never have happened except for Honor George we are.
Okay.
And you know this, okay? It would not have happened. But it's happened because it is George Mane say by we are. That's why Koji is where he is. That's why other leaders of Lofa County are where they are. And that's why they are taking development on a day-by-day basis to Lofa County. You say Lofa is contested? We agree. We talk Lofa from then during the senatorial elections. Lofa has gone almost 50% blue. It is the total eradication of green Lofa that we're looking for in the 2023 elections.
And you think we're going to have that?
I believe so.
Okay.
Because the elders of the county now see there's a brighter future in the young leaders of Lofa County.
Okay.
And they see what is changing under President Weah that never happened before on the other people. That's just Lofa for you. Let's talk Nimba. Let's talk Nimba. Let's talk education in Nimba.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Let me go ahead. Let's talk education in Nimba County. When we took over, one key thing, Nimba is a highly intellectual county, as you know. And when we took over, Nimba County could only boast most populated county after Monserrado County. Could only boast of a community college. It was this government that transformed a community college to a 4-year degree granting university. Happened under President Weah. We did not stop there. After we transformed that institution, our free tuition policy for public universities kicked in Nimba County. Students going to that university in Nimba do not pay tuition and fees.
Okay.
Who has done that before? President Weah is the only political leader that has touched the lives of the people directly, even in Nimba County. Beyond that, in Nimba, I will interest you to know that our waxy fee payment is not only for public schools. All private schools were paid in Nimba County. We've done that.
Okay.
We've built the Ganta to Sanikwele Road in Nimba County, despite the fact that it was supposed to be built years ago. We built the Sanikwele to Logatua Road in Nimba County. We constructed a new Ganta market there. Many years our mothers selling in the day in Nimba County. We constructed the new Ganta market in Nimba County, amongst others. And you asking us what we are taking to the central region? We have taken things there. And I can look, this man I can go to name the bridge in Kui, that we built. That place, 7, cut off. We put it back there.
Okay.
All right. We donated school buses to schools in far-flung areas in Nimba County. What are we saying? Not only that, we've elevated young leaders. You know, President Weah believes in the future of this country. That's why he has given people like us opportunities that only our grandfathers used to have before.
Okay.
Because he wants this country to go forward. So he's entrusting young people to leadership. I always use myself as a prime example. When I work at the LACC as vice president of the LACC, yes, I'm a competent person. I know this. But the prior president who served in my position was a man of many years of experience, but far more competent than I was. That man was around 60 or so when he served. President Weah looked at me. He said, "Kano, you will be vice president."
What does that got to do with Nimba?
It has a lot.
Okay.
Because he has empowered young leaders of Nimba.
Okay.
Look at Garrison Yelu today. Head of the governance commission, a smart young man who we went to law school together. It's President Weah who has lifted him up. What do you say? What do now? Head of Post and Telecom.
You were mentioning people who came 6 months ago.
So
I mean,
also you were saying now because they took positions, so it doesn't matter. Are you saying it doesn't matter?
We're concerned about the timing.
Are you saying it doesn't matter?
You gave them job when you fell off with Prince Johnson. That's what you that's what you've done.
You can pontificate about the reasoning, but they are in places of authority.
Okay.
President, we have put them there.
How did you manage?
We put them there.
Okay. So
what about all the other things about the roads that we named?
So
that we did in Nimba, they're not anything also.
Let's go back to Nimba County. Now
let's go back to Nimba.
You name all of the different projects, how you were doing the road from Ganta to San Nquili, Ganta to Sakipie, towards Tapeta.
We're not doing. There are things we have done.
Okay.
My brother, past things. We did those things. But we're not doing them.
No, Sakipie to Tapeta is yet to be completed. And that's why I'm saying you are
But which one you know that we already completed?
You just named the ones you already completed.
Exactly.
Now, Mr. Bala, the thing is, in the midst of all of what you're doing, you were able to pull up a lot of votes from Nimba County in 2017 because maybe the president had his own track record as an individual, your campaign strategy by then, and the support of the Nimba County Senator Prince Yomi Johnson. Today, you no longer have Senator Johnson by your side. How is it going to be for you in Nimba County?
I think people take the people in Nimba for granted.
You think so?
I think so.
The senator is on record for making a lot of decisions that when we trace the stacks, they will point to his influence.
I'm not talking about the senator. I'm talking about the people in Nimba. I think people take the people in Nimba for granted.
Why?
That they don't see and they can't feel, they cannot embrace and enjoy, and they have not understood the level of development that this president has taken to them, directly affecting the lives of Nimbayans. People take it for granted. In these elections, it is the narrative in Nimba, which is, I continue to admitting, it's a highly intellectual county.
Okay.
The narrative will be about who has done what in that county.
We just see a lot of people gathering with.
We are saying, first of all, Senator Johnson is not running to be president. So we're not talking about Senator Johnson here.
Okay.
We are talking about those running to be president.
He was not running.
Will be quoting.
He was not running to be president when he.
I want to focus on
when he assisted you in being president.
I don't dismiss that.
Okay.
I'm saying let's focus on who's running to be president.
He is also supporting another person who is opting to become president to unseat you.
But the good thing is when he supported us, he knew our pedigree. It was easier for the people of Nimba to follow us.
Okay.
Because we had history. We had done things for this country before. This person now, if we put them against the president, there's no match here. It's an unsellable candidate. I can tell you that for a fact. So the people of Nimba know who has invested time and energy and resources in bringing development. Take, for example, if there's one thing I always like to emphasize and overemphasize, is this construction of this Ganta San Nquili road.
Okay.
Right? Signed into an agreement since 2013 on an ArcelorMittal. Year in, year out, they could not build that road. Seated there in an agreement. It had to take President Weah to become president to renegotiate the ArcelorMittal deal and to build that road in Nimba County. Who built that road? President Weah built that road by sheer political will because he wanted it to happen. You think the people in Nimba don't know this? That you will put somebody who has no track record of influencing anything positive in him. I challenge them. The presidential candidate who's competing against President Weah in Nimba, let him point to something that he has done in Nimba. I challenge them. We can name several. They can name nothing.
Okay.
A common sense will tell you that people in Nimba respect what we bring to the table.
Common sense.
So it goes back to the different narratives, and it also goes back to influence. And that's one thing that we cannot actually discuss Nimba without mentioning influence. In as much as you wouldn't want to, talk about Prince Johnson's influence, it has always been there, and it is there. So, I mean, Nimba is going to be a battleground. That's what a lot of people actually think. And the thing, what will actually play out is the fact that Prince Johnson still has influence over people. And with the narratives he's taking to the people about the president not actually prioritizing, Nimayans, and the president is not actually doing what should be done to have a lot of Nimayans to benefit. So if you're taking messages or, different messages to people in Nimba County, what exactly would that be?
My message would be simple. The people of Nimba have a simple choice to make.
Okay.
It is a choice of development over rhetoric.
Okay.
It is a choice of tangibles over promises. It is a choice of romanticizing development over the practicality of development as evidenced by what we've achieved in Nimba County.
Okay.
And we're taking that message to Nimba. We're not lying down. Look, we are in Nimba every day, engaging the people. Well, who told you the people don't know?
Okay.
The young leaders of Nimba have stood up, and they are very clear that it is about development, it's about the future of the county. Senator Johnson is not running for president. He is not. Someone else is running for president. We're saying to them, analyze that person who's running for president. What do they bring? Compare that with what Bakuba brings to the table.
Okay.
And there's no match there. There's no match.
You're the spokesperson of the campaign. In 2017, your team had the senator by your side. Today, you no longer have him. Do you regret don't having the senator on your team?
I would like to focus on our strengths and what we've achieved in Nimba.
Are you skipping the question?
No, I'm not. I mean, like, what's the point of pontificating about regrets or whatnot? We have gone ahead to achieve transformational development in Nimba. I would rather spend my time talking about those than questions of regret. That's all I'm saying.
So is Senator Johnson's absence on your campaign team inconsequential to you?
Let's just say we're not preoccupied by that. We are preoccupied by explaining the message and the mantra of development under President Weah. President Weah said to us the last time, and I remember very clearly.
Okay.
He said, look, we're not in these elections to fight for fisticuffs, for aggression, all of those things. No.
Okay.
There's another way to do this. We do it by pointing to our tangibles.
Okay.
There are things that we have done that no government has done since 1847 in this country. We must point to those things. We must show the Liberian people what we have achieved. That is our task, not to be, waddling in the mud with people. They want to have that kind of debate because they lie. They lie on 16 billion, so they want to continue to lie. They came here with all kinds of demonstrations. Fix the state, save the state, retire suffering. They got money in the driver. Even had to steal that 75,000 retire suffering money because they were sitting there saying they retire suffering, but they had 75,000 to be pretty teacher. And the driver just said, look, they did that social fly are stealing the 75,000 and stole that money and ran away. Because all of these things just to make the president unpopular. And it won't work. And that's why we are going to keep our campaign on the issues.
Okay.
On the record.
Okay.
We will not deviate. We're not allowing them to distract us, to put us in that. We will maintain on the record. You want to be president? Show us your CV on education. What have you done for education in this country? You want to be president? Show us your CV on health.
Okay.
What have you done for health? Since 1847, the president went, constructed first dialysis center to treat kidney problem infection in this country. Since 1847, it took a George Weah to put that dialysis center there. Since 1847, it took a president like George Weah to build 2 medical oxygen plants for the first time in this country.
Okay.
Since 1847, improving the lives of nurses and doctors. You want to be president? Let's have an election on the record. We're not going to follow people down the rabbit hole and be doing all kinds of things. No, we are going to stay on message. And our message is that President Weah will beat them with his record. Because nobody has a record like President Weah.
Nobody has a record than President Weah, Mr. Kanyo Bagbala. You're going to be going to the southeastern part of our country beginning the 19th of September. If I can get it correct, I'm in possession of your campaign schedule. So
that tells you how organized we are.
That is for you to say. Beginning.
But you have who else do you have a campaign schedule for?
I think I just got notification of the Unity Party's schedule.
Have you seen it?
I'm yet to open it.
Did you get a campaign schedule?
I'm yet to open it, and I'll
Can you
open it.
please open it?
I will open it my own time.
You sure you can? Okay, you sure you have a big sentiment and you didn't about it?
So, so on the 19th of September of this year, you're going to begin taking the president and the entire campaign to the southeastern part of our country. What are you going to tell the southeastern region? These are people who supported the president overwhelmingly. And if there is any region in this country that gave the president a little over 90% of the total votes, the southeastern region is one. That is where he is from. You know, I mean, in politics, we say that is his stronghold. What kind of roads the president going to be campaigning on in the southeast?
Thank you very much.
What's going to be the message to the people in the southeast?
You know, I love this question for a particular reason, something that it illustrates that's very pointed about the president.
Okay.
It illustrates that the president is not an ethnicist or a regionalist.
You think so?
I know so. Look at the tenor of this government. Insofar as political appointments, his proximity, people who are around him, people in the party, etc. is concerned. You see that he's not an ethnicist, neither is he a regionalist. What do I mean by that? He's not someone who premises his development priorities based on tribe or regions. Because if that were so, like other people, first and foremost, they will run to the southeast or wherever they come from to develop those places.
Okay.
Because that's where they come from. And then the rest of the country will be looking and say, oh, what a president. He's jumped over the Tapeta to Total Road. He hasn't fixed that yet. Yet he's all the way in Southtown building roads. That's the kind of narrative they want to bring. Because a lot of them are tribalists.
Okay.
They are regionalists. That's how they do development. The president does not do development that way. So what he's done is to systematically approach development in a serious way.
Okay.
In a causal way. Look, right now as we speak, we have secured funding for the Tapeta to Total Road. That groundbreaking is going to be done in the next 2 or 3 weeks. If I'm not mistaken, I can confirm this information with the Ministry of Public Works. President Weah is working in the southeast. But people thought that he would jump over other counties because he wanted to be ethnic in origin. And the people of the southeast recognize what President Weah is doing.
You think so?
Yes, they do. They know.
They find it difficult to come to Monrovia. I mean, it is a kind of help for them, you know, to commute from their counties. People in Grand Cruz, Sino, Maryland, River G, to come to Monrovia is a challenge.
Grand Jeddah County as well.
Grand Jeddah as well.
Yes.
It is a challenge coming to Monrovia.
That is true.
They think they've been supporting
and you know what?
this
It is
president
that
over the
challenge
period.
that people neglected. You know, the southeast has been one of the heavily neglected part of this country.
And that's
in many ways.
And that's why they stood with their son over and over.
No, they stood. No, they didn't stand with their son because Southeast was neglected. They stood with their son because he's a natural leader and he cares for the Liberian people.
And so they expected that in his first term, he will do a lot to mitigate the challenges they've been going through over the period.
That's what he's been doing.
Unfortunately, Mr. Spokesperson, the roads,
for example,
the roads are terrible.
He has secured funding for that road.
Okay.
Previously, that was just left like basically hanging in there.
Okay.
He has secured funding for that road.
Securing funding and the road being pliable are two different things.
No, they are not two different things.
Okay.
It tells you his mindset with that road.
So let's come
By
back.
the time we get to the 3rd year of our second term,
okay,
that Tapeta to Total Road will be paid.
So that is the dry dog scenario. Now
no, it isn't.
So they're saying, what are they going to be eating before the dog gets
Nimba,
fried?
in Nimba, when the son actually meeting in 2013, and they promised to build the Ghana to Sanikwele,
okay,
right? It became a dry dog story on a Unity Party.
I agree.
It took us to come to build that road because systematically, if you're moving toward the southeast, you go through Nimba.
Okay,
and the president is methodical. He's not an ethnicist.
Okay,
he's not a regionalist. He's not somebody who will say, "I will jump over this place in order to go and develop this place because that is where I come from." Because he has a heart for all Liberians.
Okay,
he has a commitment to every place in this country, including the southeast.
So the southeasterners are aware that the president has secured fundings to do the road from Tapeta to Toasttown. There is already active contract ongoing from Saclapia to
Thank you. What does that tell you?
To Tapeta. But they're also concerned about the condition of the current road. They think you are doing little or nothing to ensure that the road is pliable. I mean, what?
Look, I can tell you that never a day that goes by.
Why they recognize
for every suffering Liberian in this country that the president is not concerned?
Okay.
The conditions under which our people live.
Okay.
That's why he's built proper housing.
So what are you
in all of this in most of these counties?
What are you doing
all around?
What are you doing with the current state of the road?
We are massively rehabilitating the road. The Minister of Public Works has been working very hard to continue to keep the roads pliable. As you know, we are in rainy season. Goods and services are transported by large trucks to our regions back and forth. You know this.
And people think
and during the rains, most times these trucks destroy the roads.
Okay.
It's an unfortunate condition. That's why we secure funding to fix that road and to fix it once and for all.
Okay.
And the president has a commitment to do that. And he's going to do that.
Is the president going to be campaigning by road to the southeast?
What I can tell you is that the president will go to all of these counties you see in our campaign plan. He will go to all of them because he's fit. He's in good health.
Okay.
Unlike some, he's in very good health. He's going to go to all of these counties.
I know.
He's going to visit there.
I know he's going to go to all of the counties.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
but-
is he going to go to all of the counties by road?
I'm telling
Especially
you,
in the
he
southeastern
will
part of
be-
our country.
He will be all of these countries. The president has traveled by road to. Look, I went on the county tour with the president. Okay, right? A few years back.
That was during the dry season.
We traveled by road.
That was during the dry season.
We went to Nimba.
That was during the
We
dry
went to
season, Mr.
Zweju.
Bala.
We went to River G, Fish Town.
Okay.
We drove through there. We went to River Says. We went to Sass Town. We went to the sea. We slept by the. We went to the river, right in Sass Town. You know that beautiful beach in Sass Town. There, where the president has a house, simple house, not a mansion.
That was dry
simple
season.
house. We
Right.
went there by road.
Dry
We
season
drove
is
back to
man.
Riverside Sano and came to Buchanan, back to Mon River. The president has done this. Ask any one of them who whether they've done it before.
Okay.
They've never done it before.
That was during the dry season.
The point I'm trying to make is that he's done it before.
Okay.
And he can still do it again.
Okay.
Yes. But I am not EPS protocol to disclose to you the president movement. I can tell you that the president will be there.
Okay.
I can tell you how he will get there, when he will get there like that. Because, of course, I'm not in charge of protocol. Okay. You know this. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's good you are the campaign spokesperson. You cannot tell us how the president is going to go there. And I know there are areas that you cannot talk about. In 2017, we saw, and I'm going to make reference to this because it is a public record, we saw Ambassador Boycott, the Vice President Biden, using chopper in a helicopter. No, I mean, Mr. Bala, I'm being honest with this, right? Using a helicopter to campaign in
Why do you think he used helicopter?
No, I'm coming to you. In hard to reach places in the country. Now, as the spokesperson of this campaign,
well,
are there plans?
One thing I know, okay, is that we are fixing the road to local houses.
Should we expect the president to use, I mean, helicopter or some flying object?
My brother, what I can
to
tell
go to
you
hard to reach places like it was done under the Boycott's
what I
administration
can
in
tell
2017?
you, okay, is that the president loves to be with his people.
Okay.
And he will see his people. He will meet his people. You made reference to the fact that the vice president used a chopper to get to Lofa County. That should tell you a lot. We are the ones fixing the road to Lofa County, building the road as we speak to Lofa County. So that getting to Lofa County will not be done by chopper, should not be done by chopper after 40 years of experience. It shouldn't be. We are the ones doing that now. This president is doing that now. We have traveled by road before. We've gone to all of the different counties by road, and we will go there.
Okay.
That's what's important. We'll go there. And at any subsequent point in time, when the information is supposed to be publicly available, I'll come back to you, KOK, and say, oh, no, you know that question you asked me the last time that I didn't answer, or I didn't answer the way you wanted me to answer. I will now come and answer it for you, KOK.
Okay.
So I'll answer that question.
Okay. In simple Liberian English, how will you respond to passerbys? Let's say you're between Zlestown to Jamastown, or between Kilipo Kawiken to Beipo Kawiken. The entire presidential motorcade is stuck in the mud, or the driver's eye. 4 weeks. There now, why would you be your president again when your own car is in the road? How do you respond to that?
You know what is beautiful? If that were to happen, it tells you that the president knows the conditions on the ground.
He knew the
And
conditions
that's why-
before becoming president.
Of course, and that's why he's been solving them one county at a time.
Okay.
One state, one district at a time. Every day of his presidency,
Okay.
he's been doing those things. It's not as if that he hasn't been doing anything. He's not just folding his hands and sitting there and saying, let the roads be deteriorating under my watch. No. So he has to experience, and he has experienced these things. That's why he is resolved.
to bring development to this country. So yes, the president engages with his people. He deals with the hard questions as well.
Okay.
Look, for example, and to tell you, the president never shies away from the hard questions, and he deals with them. When the president came to power, right? UP were here 12 years. They came, they downsized, they right-sized, right? Which were just nice words for saying they sacked some people because they felt that they're not supposed to be there. They put them down. They said, we'll downsize you. The right-size people, they sack people because they said, you're not right for this place, so we'll sack you. The president came to power and met, after they had done all that downsizing and right-sizing, met a civil servant where people were making all kinds of money there that they were not really equivalent across the base. And he said, let us harmonize them.
Okay.
There was a great deal of public outcry. People say, oh, they were cutting salaries, but the president knew what he was doing. He was building a more equitable government by harmonizing. He dealt with that. What that demonstrates to you and to everyone else, it should demonstrate that the president does not shy away from the hard question, especially when it is in the interest of the Liberian people. He does not walk away from that.
You signed onto the Farmington River Declaration. I mean, the Farmington Declaration, I beg your pardon. And that was in obedience to a non-violent, electoral process. On day one, day two of your, or better still, at the start of your campaign, we witnessed something happening on the Tottenham Boulevard area, where some individuals believed to be your supporters were injured. At the same time, we had reports, wherein folks believed to be supporters of the Unity Party also sustained injuries. How is the campaign team addressing it? What do you tell your partisans? To what extent are you cautioning them against violence?
We put out a release on the matter.
Okay.
Which clearly details the position of the campaign and the position of the president.
You're on the radio. The release is not here.
I'm going to speak to that. I just want to tell you what prior actions that we've taken before. And I will speak to that now. I'll speak to the nature of the release and everything else, right? We've put out a release on the matter. Like I said, which speaks to the position of the party, the position of the campaign, and the position of the president.
Okay.
More than that, prior to the release, or I think subsequently, just right after that, the president came out very publicly and said, and I think I mentioned this earlier when we were speaking, he said, look, we're not going to engage in aggression. This party, this campaign will not engage in aggression because we have so much to campaign on, so much to talk about.
Okay.
And we're not going to be fighting people and harming people. That he made it clear when he spoke that day. He said violence is not going to be a hallmark of this campaign.
Okay.
Not under his standard bearership. So we are clear as a party and as a campaign in terms of what we are going to approach issues in this election. They will be issue-based. It will be on the record.
Okay.
It will be about what we have done and what we will do. It will be about our manifesto. It will not be about, fighting and all of that sort of hooliganism. No, the president was clear in that respect. He was very clear. And that point is known publicly.
Okay. That point is known publicly. He's Councillor Kanyo Babala, the national campaign spokesperson of the Coalition for Democratic Change. Alexa, do we have any question? Then we'll go take our break. We come back, we take calls and have the guests to respond and leave us.
So everyone keeps saying one round victory. If you go to the Unity Party, of course, they're saying the same thing. You go to ANC, they're saying the same thing. And then you get back to the ruling Coalition for Democratic Change, they're saying the same thing. So it seems like everyone keeps, just saying the same phrase over and over and over again. So get back to the Coalition for Democratic Change. Will this election be a walk in the park? Or is it going to be a walk in burning fury? What exactly is it?
Well, I don't know about, and I can't speak to, it's utterly laughable, actually. That the Unity Party,
no, if you think it is possible
will even be toying with the idea of a first round. I doubt that anyone from the Unity Party would make such a statement because they know they're in no place to even be making such claims. We are the ones who have come up emphatically and said that we'll win this election on the first ballot. We've said this because we are clear about the magnitude of the deliverables of the president.
Okay.
We are clear about the people, the lives that have been touched and transformed by this president. We are clear about the demographic. I'll give you an example. Look, the CDC easily commands a 40% segment of the voting population in Montserrado County and other parts of the country. Easily. The Constitution provides that we need 50% plus what? 1 to win in the first ballot. The rest of that, look, we've had new voters enter into the voting pool. First-time voters over the last 6 years. You think who they're going to vote for? You really think who are they in touch with? These are the people who are graduating high school in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. 2022. These are the people the president has been paying WAEC fees for the last 6 years. Who do you think they are going to vote for? That segment of the population. Who? There's no lack of clarity as to the most likely person they are going to vote for, right? The people, the young people that constitute the new entrants into the voting space. For example, when you look at the Invisible Park and all those things that cater to their needs, who built it? Who gave them that avenue? Indo community, Tusafi, West Point, all these urban centers. Who did that for them? Who are they going to vote for? Who's more in touch with their reality than President Weah? So we're clear. It is about policy prescription. We're not regionalizing or ethnicizing this country. It's about policy prescriptions that have affected lives. Nimba, Magibi, Lofa, people in school, young people in school, young people in universities. Remember, only one person who has done things for them directly as individuals.
Okay.
It's President Weah. The United Party has no claim to such things. So they won't even toy around with that idea. It's utterly laughable to even think that you put there and one round in one sentence.
And ANC.
Okay, just think that that's the I don't know, even KOK is laughing at that one. Like
I'm not laughing.
No, I saw you laughing.
Because,
like,
they're actually confident. They're actually confident about one round victory.
Who's confident about one round victory? ANC?
Yeah.
Anyway, I declare to comment on that other issue, right?
Okay, so folks, you're into the Freedom Hub on 87.9. Let's take this quick break. We'll come back. We take calls and allow the campaign spokesman to respond and take his leave. Let's do this and be right back.
People bringing safety to your door. Stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Stop Liberia. On the center to interior, keeping us safe, let's stop it for all.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Samsaya.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. My name is Kyle Oliver Kine. Princess Eliza Vanja Colley is here. We have in studio the Honorable Councillor Kanyo Babala. He is the mouthpiece for the CDC campaign. Anything you want to know about the CDC going towards this whole process until the results are announced, and thereafter, Kanyo is the man responsible for that, and so forth. So let's go over to the numbers. The numbers are 086 500 104, 086 500 104, 0776 104 104 to be a part of the conversation. When you call, avoid all of these introductory thing, forget it. Just go straight to the point. I'm Oliver Khan calling from no, forget all that thing. So let's go over to the lines. For those of you, the international callers, you can join us on +231 86 500 104 to be a part of the conversation. Let's go quickly and speak with the first batch of callers. This person is on the line. What's your name? Where do you join us from? Quickly. Hello. Go ahead, sir. Hello, sir. Go ahead. What's your name? Madison from New Jersey. You got to use the headphone to listen to us. Get him one headphone. Go ahead, Madison. Madison, go ahead. Yadolo.
Hello?
Hello, Madison. You say you joined us from New Jersey. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay. First of all, I want to congratulate the campaign spokesman in studio.
Okay.
Brilliantly elaborated on every issue for which President Weah should be re-elected. President Weah is running on tangibles that are seen with eyes, visibly.
Oh my God. We're very sorry about that. We're very sorry about that. You can call us back. Well, let's take this other person. Go ahead quickly. Hello? Oh no. Let's take this other person. Go ahead.
Hello?
Let's hear you.
Hello?
Hello, go ahead. We're hearing you loud and clear.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Go ahead. We're hearing you loud and clear. Okay, all right. Let's see if we can take this person directly. Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
My name is Emmanuel T. I call from Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, Emmanuel. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, let me first of all extend many thanks and appreciation to our dynamic spokesperson in person of Kanyo Bagbala.
Mm-hmm.
You have said it all. For me, I hear from Nimba. Nimba, we are not ungrateful people. We are people who believe in humanity. For the fact that the road from Ganta to Sanico is paved with alpha pavement, that alone speaks volume. Nobody will vote President Weah, no matter who speaks against him. We're going to campaign for our president for what he is doing for Nimba. As for me, I will be appearing on Nimba radio station on Wednesday to enlighten our people. We have our group here already to do that. So we will fight for the president to be re-elected. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. We leave you right there. Let's take this other person quickly. Go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute, no time.
Good afternoon. Okay. Let me say good afternoon to Alexa there and my own brother, Councilor Kanyo.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
First, I'd like to register this. Okay. There is no way a serious man can go or take his family members behind him to another family house to woo a woman for marriage with empty hands.
Okay.
You must carry something to show that you are capable of taking care of the people's daughter.
What are you saying?
And that is exactly what President Weah has done.
Okay.
Over the period of almost 6 years, we have seen tangibles that this government has anybody or done.
Mm-hmm.
It is showing the people that it is capable of leading them for the next 6 years, and more of such will be done. But I also like to applaud the campaign committee for installing Councilor Bala as the chief spokesman of the team, because he brings to the table a degree of eloquence and is well seated to propagate the messages of the CDC that will woo anyone who was undecided about voting the party and the president for another 6 years term. Let me say thank you, Councilor, for your great effort.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll leave you right there. God's help. Let's take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Hi, New Jersey.
Emmanuel Payne from New Jersey. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I want to give national to the guest in studio. I don't think it will be. I hope that they get on the feet to go from community to community to talk to the voters, because right now the opposition are moving around with lies. They are promising the people a job. And if people do vote for them, they're going to give them a job. And we in America are always trying to run the campaign for the president re-election. And sometimes we talk to our own friends there, and they tell us, no, the party is interest. So I'm voting for this because they promised me a job. So this is the strategy that opposition coming up with. And I just want the councilman still to know that, and they should get on the CSC desk. They can talk to the Liberian people to be convinced on the tangible thing that the president doing for them. They shouldn't listen to what the opposition are telling them that to offer the same job. It's a lie. So thank you for the topic on discussion.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel Payne. We leave you right there, Payne, and let's go over to this other person on the line. Quickly, let's hear you. 1 minute.
Hello, Kyoke.
Hello, go ahead. 1 minute, no time.
Yeah, Kyoke. This my Orita do the first reference for Chicken Soup Party.
Go ahead.
First of all, I want to tell the honorable thank you our spokesman. I want to tell you thank you. We the people of Chicken Soup Factory. They see that President we are due for us. You want to tell me 20 years there was no election safety. President we are come over and today we are enjoying election safety. When it comes to water, I can always say we used to go civil summer for water. Today, President, we are getting our water in citizen factor. We no longer go to city tower. Our children want we are being paid. President, we are doing so many things for the Liberian people, especially chicken soup factory. So we the people of chicken soup factory will not let President we are down. We will go all over to vote President we are. Now any other chicken soup factory, but whatsoever for our original donor, President, I will go every area. When I have a family member, I will go to them and campaign to them for President. We have to have a re-election.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll leave you. We'll take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Good evening. Sorry, okay.
Good evening. Quickly. No time.
Thank you. I'm Emmanuel M. Topa Jr. I join you from a resident in Seoul community.
Go ahead. Talk about.
Yeah, let me say hi to the guest, the spokesperson of the National Campaign Team.
You got to leave your radio, Emmanuel. It is unhealthy for us.
Okay, it is my phone. It's far from me. The frequency. Is it better?
Go ahead.
All right. So the councillor, and Liberian people are resolved to re-elect President George Manawia. One thing the councillor said is that President Weah is not a regional president. You know, there's this politics that have been preaching the Union Party that we have to do anything in the Southeast. So before you go to the Southeast, you must pass through Nima County. This is the reason why the president has regionalized his development area. So the Southeast have it mad. And if they can support President Weah for a re-election, and when you see every other country trying to say that him being the president, this is the show we can assure them that they're going to have immense development going to the Southeast. But it does that. The president is not going to add Joseph former vice president using chopper to go to campaign. But the president is sick, and I know he's going to physically campaign those areas.
Okay.
For the our people just remain peaceful because in the past, these guys are just looking for relevant, and we are not going to give them relevant to support our democracy.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Emmanuel Togba. We leave you. We take this other person. We'll take 6 more, then we go home. This person, go ahead. Where you join us from? Quickly. We're great. What's the name? Where you join us from, sir?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to thank the honorable man. He spoke well. And, you know, the opposition went down the wrong way. The last time I checked, they were saying, oh, Liberia is not safe. Liberia this, Liberia that. But we live from America, go to Liberia, being in the street until 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Nobody tells us, nobody checks our phone. And I think we will be there to vote President Weah come October 10th. We're all going to be there because we registered and we are already President. We already ran a campaign already. I don't think President Weah is running campaign. I don't think he's running campaign no more. And, you know, because when I came to America, I used to pay my train. I used to pay a lot of train wire fee, but today I'm not paying that money. That money is going to another person's school fees. I think he's doing well. So I don't think he's running campaign. I don't think he's going to tell people what he's going to do for the next 6 years.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We leave you from Minneapolis. Let's take this other person. Where do you join us from? You should be from the U.S. as well.
Louisville.
Okay, Louisville.
My name is Ambrose and Director. Our powerful spoken. You know, I just want to say I wish the councilor was voicing out. I think he's doing a pretty good job. Everything he has said over the period of time, I have listened to him. I have not heard anybody rebuking or challenging to say what he said was wrong or it was not incorrect. I wish, you know, we had him earlier, so I think they okay all long time ago, but he's doing a basic job. I think he should just continue to fight, and I believe that, you know, the one round victory is possible.
Okay.
So I don't see no opposition that can really. And that's when you get your statistics, you were saying AMC and UP were going to win one round. But yeah, thank you, man. You do a good job, man.
Okay, thank you very much, Ambrose from Louisville. Let's take this person. Go ahead, 1 minute.
Okay, this is Bengo Newton. I call you from Congo Town.
Okay. Yeah, end your thought quickly.
Yeah, but Professor Bala is doing a great job. I think he will be a very good formidable person for our. But thank you so much, man.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Let's hear you on the line too. Go ahead, conclude your thoughts. Okay, I think we missed out on those two. Let's take this one. We take 4 more, then we go home. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Thank you, Kai. Let me say good evening to Sir Leza.
Go ahead.
Good evening to our spokesman. William W. member of the national response defense team. We are people in China.
Go ahead.
You know me. For 2017, say, the men are working Conway for him. He's my own brother.
Okay. You're working in Conway for Kanyo?
Yeah, I'm working Conway for Kanyo, the friend of Kanyo. The man know.
Okay.
William W. Yeah, you know me.
Okay, go ahead, William Wulu.
The honorable say all. There is no even board. The campaign is easy. Without when I did go, we jump bypass there and say, we're for somebody that know. They're gonna go through the campaign process whatsoever. When the ratings are on the wall, the people are resolved. In 20%, we are bound for a second time bid. And not just putting by will be a 1-round victory. Because we are over time. You see, within just 6 period of time. Even we calculate the COVID-19 as a period, take it from there. 4 years for president to do the kind of thing that he has done. No president ever has done it in the history of Labrador.
Okay.
So there's a need we'll carry back 1-round victory. We're not going to second round. Thank you very much, Kai.
Thank you. We leave you. We'll take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Good evening,
Good evening, Chief. Let's hear you, sir.
Thank you. This is from Carver Dickerson.
Dickerson is our visually impaired follower. Go ahead, Chief.
Yes, sir. Let me say hi to our. So I love this guy. He speaks so calmly. I just love the way he portraying the news. Okay, let me just say this. The Unity Party willing to vote for Joseph Boakai. For 18 years, somebody have been a parker. They see me just the way I was doing this, see the walking around with the young people. They ain't just try for 2 days.
Oh.
Thank you, okay.
Anyway, thank you. We'll leave you right there. Let's take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Oh my God. Let's take this person. 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, how are you? How are you, sir? And to the official spokesperson.
Go ahead, Chief. What's your name?
This is Testimony Background. I join you from the National Campaign Headquarters, member on media and communication.
Your bossman is here. Your bossman said everything. What else do you want to say?
It is just a vote of support, and as a board director, relying on the gains and what we call the achievables that we're going to use in Lima and Dallas, Lofa, and other counties in ensuring that the 1-round victory that my boss spoke about, which he articulated clearly, will be routine. Because routine is the order of the day, because they will be telling us what they want to do, while we will be pointing at tangibles for the 1-round victory. I want to say thanks to you and the SL and the official spokesperson for the job we continue to do in ensuring that 1-round victory is setting.
Thank you. We leave you right there. We take the other person. Go ahead. Okay, we miss out. Let's take the balance 2. Then we call it a day. Let's hear you. Go ahead. Oh no, your line is terrible. Let's take this other one. Go ahead. 1 minute.
My name is Foley Pele, calling from Fiamma Wese.
Fiamma Wese, Foley. Go ahead.
Yeah, Care for Technical and Strategic Affairs.
Foley, go. I have Foley. I said that before the show could start.
Okay, sorry. What I want to say here is that election is going to be determined per winner as to what he has done, both from the ruling establishment and that of the opposition.
Okay.
So we don't need to dwell on these things. And my last advice to give for
we don't want to dwell on what? On the things he said?
We don't want to dwell on issues that have to do with people determine who will win.
Okay.
You will only win what you have done. That's the what campaign we're going to run. And we should be peaceful during the campaign period. Right after election, we're going to remain one people, Liberians, and Labrador is our country, so we should remain peaceful. We should not allow the electoral process to divide us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We'll take this last person. Go ahead quickly. Let's hear you. Oh my God. The last person slipped off. I don't know. But let's take this one. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Good evening. How are you doing?
You are the last person. Good evening. Quickly. Let's hear you.
Yes. My
Joshua Gaga and Akos from Oro.
Oro, Joshua, go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, I've listened to the analysis that Mr. Bagbala gave, and I want to agree with him. But I want to take into consideration the rest price. People stable food.
Okay.
Is he taking into consideration that he can win a one-round victory when the rest price is skyrocketing? So I just want to remind you about that.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. We take this quick break. We'll come back. He will respond to all of the concerns, and his parting comments will follow.
Liberia, from the center to interior. Keeping us safe, let's stop it for all.
Crown Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self-omen, Omen Samsaya.
Okay, so welcome back. Let's go to the student guest. But before we do that, there is this ardent follower who is on the line. Go ahead quickly. Let's hear you. Oh.
You getting me? Alexa.
Yes, Mama.
Okay, don't say hey, my sister. You're saying now no more Ricky. Say today, a female I'm calling on it now. And they put up on basis, so I'm calling a female now. The female now, but you're talking when I was like to say that video.
I've already given you the exception. So you want to call and make your point, man.
Okay, I'm gonna make my point. I will tell you what's on phone. I want to tell you now.
Man, go ahead.
Okay, thank you for setting my call. And me say to my brother, my senior brother, thank you. You have said it all. But okay, I hope you start with one. Don't have it low. You know what I'm saying? But don't have it low. You are less at the secretary that they're laughing, putting in there. You feel like no kid out there. You are putting, you are something in studio. That means a senior man for you. No question, man. You know how we are there in the country. So what you putting in there?
So I just want to let him talk all day and go, eh?
No, don't let it down. We are there. Even go to your heart. They really bad for the that for you. They know that your target for him more than you move there. Even though community rotary left for you, what all after a person of your is no community. You know all that we asking me a question. When that person of church are equal. You getting me? The first day when a child has the person of what about it, but not all of that. You getting me?
I hear you.
That's straight. Mr. Barbara, thank you for coming, my brother. Mr. Down with the election. When I hear God for a boyfriend, it's that thing. When I hear them, how to call them,
who the both right in the race? Who the both right in the race?
That is people, man, the people, and the second, man, and the Pablo, and the boyfriend. But I get for chance, but we have a senior boyfriend.
Thank you.
In studio, you know nothing. You know about it. You don't go for it, get my wife, see? I want for it, get my choice, and then I know, playing that concert, and the hell you got for?
Female general. Electronics is supposed to be carrying you around the country.
Yeah, he got me. I want to be what he said. No, that is for what he was. He was telling for what he was saying. You don't go to us. What we're making a say is letting all Louis is for opportunity. Not all there. All the community here. I'm not going to see my master. You can't change those. What's on that? What are you kidding me? Okay, I want that for you, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
I'll be with you anytime.
Man, CC, the female general from Claratown. Why are you laughing? the old man dealt with me. The road you can use to go to your heart. Don't even road. That's how we are facing. Hey, man, CC, must you? Let's go over to you.
I mean, honestly, there cannot be a better way to end this conversation than on a note from RCC. Okay. You know, as she started to speak, it reminded me about things left unsaid. You know, when we say we winning these elections on our record, my brother, there's just so much to point to under President we are in just 5 years. A mere measly 5 years. Look at what this president has done, transforming this country. and people want to make the election about propaganda. We're not going to propagandize. We're going to just deal with the issues. What are they? Where's your record? Bring your record. Let's compare records. Let's see who comes out on top. And we'll list ours, list yours. They have nothing to show, okay. So I just like to end by thanking all of the callers for the very encouraging comments. I think it tells us that this president has done a lot for this country.
Mhm.
He has a massive groundswell of support everywhere, and we're going to win these elections in the first round. I also like to thank you, particularly KOK, you and Alexa, for the great job you guys continue to do here at Freedom FM in helping us to communicate the development gains of the president. It's been a very exciting time being with you, enjoyable time. I know you put me on the ropes a couple of times, but I swung left, I swung right, came back swinging because the president is just giving us a lot of things to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
And so the responses are natural because the evidence is there. But I look forward to coming back again to spend time with both of you here on Freedom FM. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. He's Kanio Bagbala, the official spokesperson of the CDC National Campaign. My name is Kai. Alexa was here. Ibrahim Kamara, Salah controls and brought this identical conversation to you via the radio. Until we meet again on Monday. Alexa, Monday. Did I say Monday? I thought today was Thursday though.
Are we getting back Monday?
No, we're coming tomorrow.
Okay.
So we're having a conversation on tomorrow. Yeah, we're having. But Man City is kind of troublesome.
Oh my!
I don't know why.
So I just want to put this out there. There's this information from the National Elections Commission, and it is going to people who have lost their voter RD card, as well as people whose RD cards are damaged. So tomorrow is the 14th, right?
Mhm.
So tomorrow it starts.
No, today is the 14th.
Today's okay.
Today is the 14th.
Okay, so let me get this right. Let me get this right. I think it starts today. If you have lost your voter registration card, if it is damaged, it starts today. The replacement of lost and damaged cards, it starts today, 14th of August, and it ends August 19th. So please, this is just out there to all of you. You can go to, all of the different spaces where you did your registration, and for you, when you already get your voting card in tight, no. They say when it lost or when it's spoiled. When it lost or when it's spoiled. Today is starting. Any on the 19th. So yeah, please.
Okay, so just in Freedom FM alone, we have a little over 13 voter cards. People lost their voter cards, and I just don't want to have it displayed to them, But if you're listening, just know that their names. Okay, yeah. So if you're listening, Collie Johnson Monserrado, Abraham Brooks Monserrado, Shadrach Zoga Magibi, Festor Mombo Monserrado, Harris Kamara Bapalu, Bill Petit Monserrado, Jeanette Jackson Monserrado. So yeah, these are the people. Your cards are here. Harris Kamara card is here. Victor Gea own card is here as well. Bill Petit card is here. What is this other person's name? Shadrach Zoga card is here. Momo Festus card is here. Johnson Colley's card is here. Then you also have what is his name? Abraham Brooks, your card is also here. You have Jeanette Jackson. So these are all cards we have in our possession. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Almost, yeah. So these are the cards we have. So in connection to what Alexa said, if you lost your voter card, you can come to Freedom Radio Liberia. Several taxi drivers, keke riders, found these things and they brought them to our radio station, so that we can help you get it. If you can't reach here, maybe you go to the place you register and you also have it replaced. I think that's what Next says.
Yes, that's exactly what it says.
Yeah. So, but that is what it is. So so that is the message for you, and we got to ensure that the process is conducted. So the president was in district number 4 today. I see some good turnout in district number 4. The CDC also had a press conference today, which we will be looking into during the course of the evening. But until then, we got to go, and we'll be here on tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful time. Bye-bye from our end.
There are crowds in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority, that it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door, whether you rich or you poor. If you see you must talk it, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see don't keep it. I'm a part of report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Sam Saya.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us.
Connaissons nos résultats. Tiens. Whoa, 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 man, I'm going to know. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Mr. Pisani. My hands, are you napping? I'm calling you sleeping.
Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Oh, Metro. Bakuba is coming. Stop sleeping. Stop sleeping.
Yeah, you say you just see me when I put my hands up, but you always napping when I put my hands up. Mr. Sleep at yourself, we don't want you around, yeah. We might tell you the contract to can't sleep in the chair. Yeah, Mr. Pisani and I really residing. Who bet the road I can take you to your darling? Who bet the road that you driving with your own car? That but who bet the road you driving with your own car? So far your rap for super. Yeah, your legacy got epilepsy. Then you say you rescue mission. And now you are saying you scan an opportunity. Why are vision in your mission to the nation? All we know that bro, your mission. All we know that sleeping mission.
Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Oh, Metro. Bakuba is coming. Stop sleeping. Stop sleeping. Oh, we coming again. The mighty coalition. We coming again. The mighty coalition.
Let me see your eyeball. Take off the goggle. Let me see your eyeball. You were traveling, not get the leg, and you see the problem that you cause it. Good well, man, no say you sleeping. Security is sleeping, pastor sleeping. Everybody in the whole chair just sleeping. And you see the trouble that you care there. You go care that you're sleeping over there. And you say, you can see my hands off. When I put my hands off, then you know me. When I put my hands off, then you sleeping.
My hands are nothing. My hands are you sleeping. sleeper, who the sleeper, who the sleeper, who the sleeper. Who the sleeper, who the sleeper, who the sleeper, who the sleeper, who the sleeper. Bakuba is coming, Bakuba is coming. Stop on the pain, stop sleeping. Oh, we coming again, we coming again. The mighty collection. We coming again. Coming again, the mighty coalition. We be here before, we will be here again. We flag here before, we will flag here again. We were here before, we will be here again. I'm not love you. Jaja, Mate Coalition, Jaja, here, Mate Coalition, here. Do we, Monyo Sebe, do we. Come on now.
Josiah the sleeper. You not say how man things. Josiah the sleeper. Josiah the sleeper. You not say how man things. Josiah the sleeper. Did I try all kind of way, but it failed. We go back and get it one way. We want no Koyo. We don't want no Koyo. You always can second place. We want no Koyo. We don't want no Koyo. You always can second place. Now all they know. Come in 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 second place. If I want to get to the they see imagine you eat for 12 years. Wake up and you run away from there. In a babu better have to face it. One day you're not getting no shit. You don't know now second place. Now all they know. Come in 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 second place. See this year that you ready? Turn around. Take it back. 1 step. 2 steps. 3 steps. Take it back. 1 step. 2 steps. Forward. 1 step. 2 steps. 3 steps. To the left. To the right. To the right. To the left. To the right. To the right. Turn around. Forward. March. Are you sleeping? Oh man, Joe. Bakuba is coming. Stop no pain. Stop sleeping. We coming again. The mighty collection. We coming again. The mighty collection. Now all they know. Come in second place. Now all they know. Come in second place. Now all they know. Come in second place. Now all they know.
come in second place. Now all they know, 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 come in second place. We coming again, we coming again. The mighty coalition. Oh, we coming again, we coming again. The mighty coalition. The conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. I say the emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here.
How call
So we get
opposition again. Opposition again. Better have the road in a so from place to go. Opposition never go down low. As soon as chicken grow, you better find place to have. Before basket jump here, I say we coming win again. Opposition will be shame. You can never ever breathe down. You better rescue fella. He had to rescue the country. Get a rubber back up, papa. Opposition get way. Step aside for the country leader. Opposition get way. Citizen everywhere fire. Opposition get way. Citizen never get tired. Opposition get way. Citizen coming win again. Opposition will be running. You better find place to have. Before basket kill you. I say we coming win again. Opposition will be shame. You can never ever bring down. You better rescue fella. He had to rescue the country. You're listening. You're listening. Dr. Cook, I say, Beku, for so we get way. Opposition, you're blinking way. Beku, for so we get way. Opposition, I get way. Beku, welcome you. Opposition, I get way. Beku, welcome you. They come to the cameo. 18th Street, you're preferring to shout out to RT. We're going 18th Street. Don't stop it. That's it,
Amada, I wait to Ahibule, Liberia. Amada, I wait to Ahibule, Liberia. President George Maria, Liberia, la vie. Oh, yeah. If you man is not in the market, you buy what you want. You do what you do, yo. Jehovah Jawa Kayoba, Liberia people Kayoba, CDC Australia Kayoba go.
All right, folks, it's exactly 6 o'clock from where I sit and broadcast in the nation's capital, Monrovia. We'll drop this and make some money. Let's go straight